Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's get you over to Raymond James Stadium.
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Tonight, we're on to Week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing is Wentz. Jones has it. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
On 1st down, Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Beal. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight down.
They'll look to throw here. He completes it to Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run on 1st down. McLeod. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been difficult.
And he's going to go down again. Shaquille Barrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun. Wentz. And pressure gets to him again. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that officially. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football, because them doing that Puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They'll drop the throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to?
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a play fake. Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons. His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now they try the right side here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play that? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 4. Hold in here, Caldwell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw now on the final play. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So we've come to halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Buying time to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. McLeod. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Complete to Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near mid.
On 1st down, McLeod. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Play action. Now Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Onto the field now come the Bears. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustment.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are in for 6.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 2nd and 9 now. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. He completes it to Evans. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's put that team on the floor. 58.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pick up there, 26 yards. He'll look to throw. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now. Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll drop to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, McLeod. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ballard. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw now on first down. It's completed to Caldwell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there at 21 yards. Back to throw here. That's going to be caught. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offense is
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, it's